What's up, guys? This your boy Anime Boom, and I am back for another video. And I am so heartbroken by this. The DCU is over. The DCEU is done. They're done with it, and we are officially moving on to the James Gunn era of DC. It's time to move on. And DC has been on a high, then a low, then a high and a low. It never could stay even for a good year or two. It never stayed good. It never stayed good, man. So they had one little part of the DCEU where it was kind of okay. They had Shazam and like Wonder Woman, but it didn't last long. So Man of Steel, boring. The movie sucks. Superman is not relatable. He's so boring. I'm sorry. I know people love Man of Steel. It's just the truth. Superman is not interesting at all. He doesn't do human stuff. He's always flying around just god stuff. He acts like a god or whatever. Sometimes it just don't work, man. It don't work. And Batman versus Superman. Lex Luthor was terrible. Batman and Superman, they had the cool fight for like a second, but yeah, just the way they had to get them to fight each other, and it took so long. The Doomsday fight at the end felt forced. Wonder Woman had to be introduced. The Justice League had to be introduced. Too much stuff, man. It was a simple thing. Batman doesn't like Superman because of what he did in Metropolis, and they fight because of that. And don't leave no Doomsday, none of that. And then it's a shorter movie, and you get the fight out. I just don't like what they had to do in that movie. I don't like it. Then you get Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie, the best character in the whole DCEU. The way she plays that character, she feels like Harley Quinn. I feel like I'm watching Harley Quinn in real life. The way she acts in the Injustice games or the Batman Arkham games, that's how she is in the movies, man. It's the perfect casting and whatever it is. But Suicide Squad, the characters didn't get enough time. I liked them, but didn't get enough time. They fought like super powered villains, but were able to beat them. The whole concept of the Suicide Squad kind of doesn't make sense. It's kind of like what happens if Superman turns bad and you use bad guys to fight Superman? Just use Superman. He's a good guy. I don't understand that concept, but the group is didn't get enough moments. It's not that much of the group. Now it's just so many characters ain't enough time. Killer Croc doesn't really do anything in the movie, and yeah, man, they don't feel like a real family. They don't get to bond that much together. And half of the characters you didn't think was in the Suicide Squad, I guess, are in the Suicide Squad, like the Katana lady and Rick Flag. They were boring. Rick Flag especially is boring. I thought Enchantress would have been in the Suicide Squad, but she's not. But that movie ain't that good either. And Joker's barely in the movie, even though they show him. And I think real Joker's bad, but I just wanted to see more of that version of Joker. And I think they're going to release a version of that movie over a newer version. But next thing, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is an okay movie. The villain's bad. But Wonder Woman in a relationship with Steve was cool. I like Wonder Woman. Justice League is bad. The weird Superman CGI lip is terrible. You got the villain is very bland. And I'm talking about the Joss Whedon version of the Justice League, not the Snyder cut version. But the villain was bland. The characters didn't get enough time. Like Flash, he was terrible in the he's bad in both, but at least in the Snyder cut version, he gets a couple more scenes where it's like, oh, that's cool. But in the Joss Whedon version, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything, and you got that stupid scene where he saves like kids from a house. Dumb scene. But villain's bland. Darkseid, I don't even think we see him in the first version. And yeah, and then Superman comes back, even though he was like dead for like one movie. It wasn't even like a long time. But yeah, next thing, you got Aquaman. Aquaman was boring. They moved to way too many locations in that movie, and the movie's just boring. I'm sorry. Shazam, generic family movie. People liked it. People liked Aquaman too. But to me, it was just a generic family movie. And the same reason y'all hate on the Thor scene where the kids get superpowers, to me, is the same reason I hate that scene in Shazam where the kids get superpowers. It's just, I want a deep story. I want a deep story. I've seen this movie 1,000 times. Somebody getting powers and beating the bad guy. 2020, Birds of Prey, like the movie. Shout out Harley Quinn. The Birds of Prey group is kind of whack, but Harley Quinn is cool. So, Black Mass was cool. I liked all of that, and Zaz was cool too. I like Zaz. But the movie was great though. Movie was cool. I know they don't count, but the Joker and the Batman, banger movies. The Batman's better than the Joker, but it's still Joker and Batman are both good movies. Then you get to 2021, Wonder Woman 2. I think this is the movie. This is the one that set DC like, okay, it's over. We're flopping bad with everything. Wonder Woman, the original one, did okay. Then this one was bad. They just brought back Steve in a weird way. And then bad CGI sometimes. I don't know why they had to make the storyline with the Tiger Girl so complex. They did the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the Electro storyline, or the guy from Incredibles storyline, and they did the guy from Iron Man 3 storyline in Wonder Woman 2. I'm sick of the storyline. It just does not work. And the villain, like, he could make wishes and stuff. I hated that storyline too. Just make the Tiger Girl the villain and make the way she gets her powers different. Make it like some lab experiment or something. Stop. What is it? Just too they overdid it. But the movie was bad. Bad effects. And let's move on to the next movie. I think it's Black Adam, I believe. Black Adam is the next movie. I liked it. It was generic, but I think the fights were really good. And the effects most of the time looked good. And The Rock was kind of bland a little bit, but I like The Rock, so I think it was Black Adam. He was just a tough, strong guy, basically. But then you get Shazam 2, terrible, generic family movie, so bad. And then you got The Flash, one of the most disappointing movies. I love the Flash TV show. Grant Gustin should have just been the Flash from the very beginning. Just making the Flash, man. That was my boy. I love Grant Gustin, man. One of the best acted characters. To me, he's on the same level as like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and stuff. I think that he should just been the Flash from the beginning. But Ezra Miller, he plays like an awkward version of the Flash, and then you got supposed to be a teenager version of Ezra Miller, but he looks like a grown man. And then you get Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, and he feels like he does not want to be there. He came for money. Supergirl, oh my gosh, she just looks amazing. But she was good. She was good in the movie for the few moments she had. It sucks she didn't get that much time, but they need to bring her back because, hey, she's the best looking part of the movie. She's the best looking part of the movie. But I love the movie. That was amazing. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm just rambling. That movie is not good at all. It's not good, not funny. Ezra Miller's awkward as the Flash, and yeah, that movie, it was a big disappointment, man. It's too childish. And I thought it was gonna be an emotional story about Barry losing his mom, but it just wasn't all about that. It was supposed to be like a send off for Ben Affleck's Batman and Wonder Woman, but we didn't get those moments of that movie. So that's how I feel about it. But Aquaman 2, I did not see the movie. I'm sorry. I'm not about to go see that because I didn't like the first one. So I'm not going to go see the second one. They moved to too many locations. And from what I've been hearing, the movie's basically mid anyways. So RIP the DCEU. It's had its moments. Mainly, like, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is my favorite. She just plays the character so well. And it's one more movie, The Suicide Squad. That movie is a banger movie. I forgot about that movie. That movie is so good. They killed it. Every member of that group feels like I love them. They're like amazing. Every single version. Like, I wish all of them would come back. They just such a great group. But Peacemaker was good too. The Suicide Squad was good. Not the original Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, because everybody got enough time, and banger movie, man. But just tell me how y'all feel about it. Are you gonna miss the DCEU? And I'll see y'all in the next video. Anime Boom, my peace.